Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have an epic pub stomp for you on the Dunker Church battlefield. We haven't seen this one in a while. With that being said, I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're trying a new setup where I'm streaming my game, so hopefully the quality of these games will be a lot better going forward, rather the quality of the streams. With that being said, we have myself and that one Sevi announcing. And we have Elite Taco and Vastol being our frontline reporters today. We are on the Dunker Church map. It should be a good one. That being said, Sevi and I will take it away. Here we go.
You should probably show the population number for the viewers.
Yes. So it's about an 80v80 right now. It's a Thursday night, so it's not terrible. Union finally beginning to just move out of their spawn right now. We got our frontline reporter Vastol right there. I'm having a lovely glitch where I go to the right. Sevi, how do I fix that again? Do you know?
You hold down D, press escape, and then get out of escape.
Oh my goodness, you're a man, the myth, legend. So it looks like we saw some Confederates falling back into the woods right here. More sitting back here, and then we have this other Confederate group holding here on the defilade, being very, very aggressive right now.
Yeah, very far forward for the Confederates. However, they are still in formation as long as they don't lose the position. If they keep the Union at bay, then it can end up benefiting them a lot.
Yeah, for sure. The Union could easily... No Confederates are on the extreme left, which is what usually the Union might do to attack. And so Union just needs to get together and charge up at one point. But we do have Elite Taco here sitting on this middle fence. How's it going for you, Elite Taco?
It's going great. I'm over here with First Lieutenant Sundance, kind of giving orders to the troops.
I see. Thank you for that quick report. We're going back here to our overview. Look at that.
Yes. So we do see a bit of a Union push on the far left. It's really disorganized though, and I'm wondering why those Union guys are stopping where they are. Like, they saw those Union forces at officer back there by the bush. It looks like they're continuing to move now. But you know, you're right. Like, if they are able to get all of their men over there, and that's really the challenge of pub games, is just getting all of your men to attack. Then they'll have a really good chance. This is one of those lower pop servers. They should be able to find lots of holes in the Confederate line with which they can charge forward.
Yeah, and they should. As you can see, there's no
There's a Confederate force. Yes.
I stand corrected. There is a Confederate force holding here, waiting for the Union respawn. We have McPhail from the 5th floor taking a shot. I think he missed.
I think he missed too. Nice little Rambo shot there. Again, these Union guys, it's only 4 minutes in, but they really need to start moving, I think. I mean...
They're pulling back.
Yeah, they are pulling back. It looks like it's only one company.
Or they're just trying to engage here with the middle, reform with their group. Let's see what this other Union group... They are content with sitting back and shooting this game, which, as we know, you always lose if you do this. You never...
Yeah. Well, at least he's the attacker.
Yes, that is true. Not as the defenders. In defenders, you want to sit back and shoot. But
the thing about this map is that the field that the Union has to cover, like to get to the Confederates, gives the Confederates a very clear view of where they're moving. So they really shouldn't. The only real way to, do this is to get on one of the really far flanks. That way you can hope to find some Confederates not there with you. Of course, they're not going to leave the entirety of the map open.
That was a good Union shot. I think that guy died kind of late. One, yeah, no. It's a very hard... Yeah, why are the Confederate flags walking into the open here, getting killed? Elite Taco awesome. Picking that flag up. I don't know why they did that. Confederate artillery overshooting, not really doing...
This, people like the artillery in this map because you can see things, but being able to see things doesn't mean your shells will actually explode on them. You gotta do a lot more for that. You see, look at that. Confederates are retreating back into the forest. That could give you an opportunity for that Union group near the artillery to try to advance. However, I highly doubt they're gonna. If the Union just is content to shoot for the whole game like they have been for the last 5 minutes, then we won't see anybody actually winning.
I agree. It looks like we have Remedy here, a well-known officer in the community. Maybe is he?
Wait, I'm sorry. Was he officer?
No, he has admin.
Oh, yeah, this is the pub server. He has admin on that.
He's telling artillery to do their thing. Takes a shot, probably missed.
Yeah, because, chilling back this far away, I like what this Union group is doing, but it's not going to do much if you just stay right in front of the Confederates and shoot at them. If they're able to make a break for the right and get over there, before the Confederates do, that can be very good. Where's the officer going? The officer's going to the right. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And if they do that, that can be very good.
We do have some confusion here, though. Some going off to the left to skirmish. Most of the Union force moving here. This officer trying to get his men to move. Let's see. There are no Confederates trying to adjust to this position right now. You have the Confederates in the middle, but they haven't really moved yet. There they go. The officer beginning to move down towards the Confederate left, Union right.
Yes. This could provide a good opportunity for the Union if they're able to just continue that sprint and get into that corner. Once you're on that fence line, you can roll up the entire Confederate flank real easy. Looks like they're stopping in that bush, and I think that's going to doom them.
That's a terrible idea. I mean, Confederates are not reacting good enough here. Union's just being stupid. If Union got to that corner there and continue to the woods, they could easily flank around because they have a flag or two as well.
They have 2 flags. That's 2 companies right there. Which regiment exactly is that? Do they got the red hats or not?
Let's see.
Are they red? That's the 72nd. No, it's not. So I think it's the 20th. No, there's some red. Some. No, okay, they're red. That's the 72nd Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let's go.
And the other one should be the 28th Pennsylvania, if I recall correctly from this map.
The Union have moved up to the center position because I think those Confederates fell back to deal with those guys on the right.
Ooh,
however,
look
we
at
do
that.
have some
Are there any
fighting on
Confederates
artillery.
in the? Sorry, is there any Confederates over there? Oh, they charged forward.
Yeah, they did. We have Remedy and Doug here, and Nicholas and John and Stoner and Naylor. Fun names.
Those are some pretty cool names.
They are. Let's see. Confederates able to thwart off some of the Union artillery. You have more there. Bradley's on! No way!
How is that Union push on the right going? I think they almost hit the fence.
All right. I apologize for that.
Just based on the right click, I see him moving over.
They have just begun their movement on this side of the map.
They're holding really far forward. I've never seen that before.
No, I haven't either. I guess they're trying to get into the woods, which is why they're pushing so far right here. Which
this could be really good.
Yeah, I mean they're taking shots, but they're taking some hits, but they're probably just in formation because they're all clumped up here. Well done by the Union to get into the woods here.
Once they're in the woods, they can get a lot of good skirmishing and line kills on the Confederates, and also it gives them a lot more opportunity to move around. This right there pretty much nullifies the Confederates' main advantage of being able to see wherever the Union are pushing. Because now the Union, they have 2 flags in the Confederates' rear, and the Confederates are being very static about it, not moving very much.
Yeah,
which could provide a lot of information for them, and that could be good. Or it could go the other way.
Some Confederates beginning to move out here to form their line so that the Union can't penetrate. Is there anything else happening? Looks like we have a Union charge here.
They push all the way up to the nipple.
Oh,
That's
no.
perfect.
Why aren't they should just charge these Confederates out?
Because I think the Confederate infantry, that's the entire Confederate infantry force. So maybe they're, Besides, most officers would just hold that nipple until they die. So,
Yeah, I mean,
course,
it's still a formidable position regardless of that. So they could probably still just shoot these Confederate artillery down. I don't know what these guys are doing here.
Looks like they're just yearning for freedom from making tyranny to me.
Yeah,
I should probably mention, it's that the area where the 2 fences meet is called a nipple. They used that word a lot back then.
Oh, they actually used it?
Yeah, at least I'm pretty sure they did. Look at that, Confederate engaged 35. That's
going
good.
down to engage here. Well done there by the Union. Speaking of which, let us go to our Union frontline reporter here, Vastol. How's it going on the Union team right now? Looks like you're holding on the nipple there.
Hi, we're just following Arctics here. We finally pushed up about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Very little Confederate resistance we met, to be honest. We managed to just take up this position, and we've been firing right into them constantly. Been able to get a good few shots off myself, but honestly, company's doing very well. Don't know what we were doing out there previously, but honestly, solid position now from the Union.
Do you guys plan to pre-cap the point right now, or are you just gonna,
I'm hearing a lot of contradictory orders in regards to if we're cap or not. It'll all depend on what we see in the next few minutes.
All right, thank you for the report. Back to our overview here. Union pulling off. I don't know why. I hope they're going to go to the point, but I mean,
yeah, they should stay in that forest, I think.
Yeah, the whole Confederate team.
I mean, again, I'm partial to early capping. I think that if they get their entire team in that fence line and then just cap, aside from a very good Confederate flank, they would be able to hold that until the counterattack timer ends, right?
Oh no.
But I think I think what we saw there earlier was a very good Union strategy of using one force to draw out the entire Confederacy, and then the other force to just get really close and take the nipple.
I agree.
That was really well done.
This is what Sevy's talking about. Confederates don't know that the Union have completely pulled off this position. They are charging into nothing.
I don't think that they're charging. I think they're trying to maneuver into the rear of the Union.
I still think they're there. They probably know they aren't there anymore, but
I don't think we can assume a motivation just based on the fact that they're moving to the right.
Yeah, and it
Union
looks like
did early cap.
Yes, they have indeed. I need to change this timer quickly.
That is against the wishes, I'm sure, of some Confederate or some Union officers. But I personally think, almost every time for early cap is a good time for early cap. Worst case scenario, Union gets pushed off here and they got to do the same thing again, which well, worst case scenario, they get pushed off and the tickets are lowered, so that's a good thing, They can pretty much only get pushed off if they get wiped, and if they get wiped, the tickets are lower, and if the tickets are lower, the attacker's better.
Yeah, Union might as well just be aggressive at this point to just knock them down. Why not?
Well, I think it's the other way around. I think the Confederates should be aggressive to try to knock the... I guess actually the other way around. The Confederates should just be trying to get on the point while trying to avoid...
exactly.
Although they're not actually going to do that. Very few...
because... Yeah, they don't want to... Because what they need to cap as quickly as they can and prevent the Union from taking a lot of casualties.
Mm-hmm.
So then they can go back up.
But that is very rarely what is actually on the defending officers' minds. Usually the defending officer is much more worried about getting kills at pretty much all points in the game, which isn't really what this, kills don't matter in this game. Kills don't matter in relation to taking the point and inflicting tickets. And sure, the only way to inflict tickets is getting kills, but getting kills in the main line right here isn't going to do much. We can see now that the Confederates push the Union down to engaged, and all that means is that they're going to gain less tickets back when they capture the point, if they even do.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like most of the Union team has bunched up on the nipple here. Union has reclaimed their artillery. That was probably a long time ago, though. Union actually losing the point, though.
That's just because they don't have men on it. They have a lot of men near it, though. The nipple is not on point at all.
That's very true. It looks like we have a Confederate advance beginning behind the nipple here. Very, very, very spread out, though. Not organized.
Yes, but I think if the Union don't improve their own positioning and spread out a little more, these Confederates might be able to inflict just enough casualties to actually push them off that position.
Yeah, this should be easy shots. These should just be aiming right at their kneecaps. Their bullets rise a little bit, hit them, and yeah. It should be easy shots unless the Union hop over.
It really
being smart.
Yeah, well, it looks like they are hopping over, but again, they're really thick, and oftentimes, you just aim near the center of that, and you'll get something, right? So I don't really know how much faith I have in the Union's ability to hold this position for very long.
I don't have torches turned up, but they do have a decent amount of bodies down there. However, they do have 4 in-formation flags, so that means 4 men every 10 seconds, so about every 2.5 seconds they get men spawning in, so they're still going to be able to survive in this position.
Yes, they can take all the information losses they want, and if the Confederates don't charge and actually remove them from that position, they're not going to get that point back. Which is, why I mean, again, charging is just all the Confederates can do here if they actually want to win. If they want to win, all they gotta do is charge as immediately and as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because the more both sides go down, Confederates are going to get less tickets back. And if, let's say, even if the Confederates cap the point right now, there's still 33.5 minutes essentially left in this.
Yes. And, of course, the charge would result in casualties, but the Confederates are going to have to end this counterattack by a charge either way, right?
Yep.
So the best case scenario for the Confederates is that they charge as quickly as possible, that way minimalizing the shots taken from shootout. Shootout obviously don't have the most ticket losses ever, but it's still a noticeable amount. And they're not really doing that. You hear them yelling, keep shooting. That's not going to work, and I think the Union are going to win during this counterattack.
Exactly. Let's cut to our frontline reporter from the CSA side, Elite Taco. You could kind of see him in the front here. Elite Taco, what is the CSA officer team thinking right now? What's their plans? When are they going to...
Well, they told us many times to fire in advance, so that's kind of what we're doing right now. He's firing, leapfrogging up. I don't know when this charge order is going to happen, if it's going to happen. I mean, you can see I'm at the front of the line right here, and I ain't been killed yet, but I am really suppressed, so hopefully we put an end to this madness soon.
Yeah, good luck to your team. We're going back to our overview here. Union again holding this position. A lot of Confederate Rambos just out in the woods here.
Mm-hmm.
If the
Yeah, that is significant.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a 4-man difference right now. Union, their whole team is clumped up. Sure, they have a couple artillery back there, but
Oh, what is that Confederate group doing? Going for the artillery and off the point? Why would they even
trying
bother
to drive the Union down right now. They're trying to lose this game.
Who's that officer? Who's that officer? I don't think he actually understands that he only gains the tickets back, that percentage that the Union have, because there's no reason to go after the artillery here.
What is?
Oh wait, is there
a
melee on point or something? Is there a melee on point? I think I saw flags hitting each other.
Oh,
no,
guys,
never mind. A bunch of them just
Why
went to the. Oh god, yeah, some of them up and overed. I guess it you know, if they don't lose a flag bearer, it can't hurt that much. Maybe it'll keep the Confederates where they are. Not the best strategy ever, but you know, if you're proning, again, these Union guys just want to stop the melee. There's 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. They really just got to hold their current position on that fence line. And oh, they moved to the church. I don't think that's a good idea. It's really hard to get your men outside of the church once it happens.
Yeah, and then the Confederates can just take a shot through a window and they'll probably hit somebody.
Indeed. I think they were much better when they were on that fence line. Oh, look at all this Union that spawned. I guess they did. They get hit pretty hard there when they went out to get the guys in the church.
Yeah, indeed. The Confederates now beginning to move. It looks like they're going to try to flank the Union. Union kind of disorganized right now.
Confederate charge on the front. And it looks like it petered out. You see there's a Confederate flag right in the middle, and he died on the nipple. And I guess they did end up retaking their artillery positions, but I think that these Union positions are just, it's too thin. They let too many men go. And yeah, the Confederates are breaking, but if they're surrounded, you know, that could end up really bad for them.
Yeah, Confederates could go down the final push.
What's that Confederate group doing on the left?
They should have continued moving. They're now at the defilade. They're taking shots. They're going to be surrounded here in a minute. They need to charge the group on point.
I agree. They should charge out that Union group instead of shooting them. Shooting them isn't going to do much. I really don't understand. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I do understand why they're doing this. Most groups or most people don't really want to think about the actual like retaking the point. They just want to think about getting kills for their company and you know like doing that. And then blaming it on all your teammates when you lose. But no, in all seriousness, what this group is doing right here, they had phenomenal maneuvering. They could have gotten a really wide sweep around that Union group, surrounded them, and then pushed them off. And instead of doing that, they're chilling and waiting. Also, we can see that very classic getting one kill then continuing. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, artillery, unfortunately, not as effective as one would hope.
Way too close in this game. Or in this map specifically.
Now, let's see here. Union just... Confederates are going to let the Union... Confederates are so spread out right now.
Yeah, they let the Union get all the respawns back from all those advances they did. So now, that's mostly the entire Union group. I saw a big respawn group at Maine. What was that about? Do you know?
The Union?
Yeah, the Union. They had a bit of a respawn group. Oh yeah, look at them. That's a lot of respawners like running in. No, not the artillery.
They have artillery? I didn't realize they had artillery that back here. Union
Eagle. Eagle. Whatever. That's kind of funny.
When you spawn, I've never looked back this way.
You've never... What?
Nope.
Whatever. Okay. Sure.
And even I don't care about our artillery. I'm not an artillery person.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've never just looked and been like, I've been looking in that.
Okay, I can tell you for certain, Eagle, I know that you were at events that I led that we walked right past that to go to the far right. But whatever.
No, there's no way we went straight right. We went diagonal to the corner.
Whatever. If you want to believe it, you want to believe it. I think that's Union artillery. That was Union artillery getting team kills. Kind of awesome, if you ask me.
Kind of based. Union artillery putting in the work, getting confirmed kills.
Huzzah, Lee's best soldiers.
Yeah, this is the...
Oh, Confederate advance on their right, look at that.
It's so spread out, though. It looks like it's not even meant to be a push. You have 6 guys, 7 guys, you have more holding back here. What is happening
And now look, but look at the huge Union overreaction to it. This is kind of what got the Confederates in trouble earlier, was that a Union advance on the right was overreacted to by the Confederates. The Confederates saying final push, taking a couple of seconds off their timer. I think they only lost like a minute. Of course, now the Confederates are going to finally realize that they have to charge. And now the Union, right as it happens, the Union aren't near the point. Bad move on the Union, I think. I don't know. I don't know. They could get an overtime possibly.
There's more Union on point. Confederates are really spread out. Those Union killed all those guys, and they should start moving back at any moment. Right,
Well,
guys?
just because they should start moving back doesn't mean they will. It's a pub game.
Fair enough.
Of course, like you said, the Confederates just do not have as many men up there as the Union do. How's the Def League group doing? They died a while ago, didn't they? The Confederates?
Yeah, they had to have gotten wiped. Why?
Yeah, that's a really dumb move on the Union part. I don't know why they're advancing that far forward. There's 2 minutes left in the game, and they're choosing to spend it charging.
Yeah, indeed. I am intrigued. Confederates falling back. Why are you falling back? Anyways, I want to see the point, see if anything's happened. Nothing really. Most of the Union returning onto the point.
Yes. If as long as the Union, remember the road is the point. The road in front of the church, and also a little bit over the fence line. The church is not actually on point. If you're touching the church, you're not on point. If you're on those front steps, not point. Why is the Union continuing? Okay, I'll never get artillerists like obsessive compulsion to continuing to fire into their own friendly troops once they've taken the position. Like they just like do not understand. They think enemy position, the enemy spawned there. Therefore, I'm just gonna keep shooting there no matter what happens. And the Confederates move away. Like, nope, that's their spawn area. Therefore, I'm gonna keep shooting them. And that's what you see.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna cut the Vastol here quickly. Vastol, how's the Union feeling right now, as they're about to win?
Union are in a state of I guess bowl-toed. It's very confusing. As for the game itself, they were very confused in general in regards to going back and forth and back and forth. The officers didn't really know what to commit to. Right now, it's just a bit of a celebration, however, because victory is inevitable.
So you're saying the officers didn't agree on what to do, however, they just capped the point and were like, hey, let's just hold it?
So, yeah, no one wanted to cap the point. The capture of the point was completely unwanted by all of the officers.
But clearly it worked out because early capping works.
Yes, I agree. It works.
Based.
Dude, we're back at an over here, Veer. 15 seconds left. You can hear that bull frog that Vastol was talking about there. The new Union victory screech.
Yeah, obviously, that's going to replace the Huzzah and Battle Cry Freedom.
Oh, of course. And Union decisively winning that match. Yeah, not really much happened. It was just Union just took the point and held it, and that was as simple as that. But let's get our thoughts anyway from everyone. Sevy, your thoughts for the round?
Well, personally, I thought that again, it's a pub game, so a lot of disorganization, and I think that the theme of that was overreaction. And we can actually probably apply that into all games, not just pub games. In that the Union's push on the far right took a lot more men away from the point than were really needed to deal with that push. Or at the very least keep them at bay. So what that allowed for was it allowed for the friendlies, the Union's friendlies, to just barely get up there on the nipple without entering melee. And if you take the nipple without being in melee, basically, even if the Confederates are a few yards from you, it gives you a very good position. So the Union got in a great position, and then, like Vastol said, they just accidentally captured the point because puppies don't think about early capping, even though it works always. I say always, you know what I mean, it works. And it worked out really well for them. So, I feel really good for those Union players. And the Confederate players definitely got a lot of kills there. But, I don't know, their commanders, generally considered, this is a more Confederate map, especially above 150 players. But with a slightly lower player count than usual. We did see a good opportunity for the Union to make some flanking maneuvers that got them the point.
All right, thank you, Sevy. Vastol was the Union player for this round. What were your thoughts?
Generally, I'd say that Union at the start, the whole push out to the field was a bit odd, but like the indecision of moving back and forth. But once we finally settled on the nipple, as you call it, that was very good position that we managed to get there without any real opposition bar artillery recruitment. Once we got that, we were set, and really, the CSA's attempts throughout the game really did not help them. Like running an entire company off to take our artillery, or simply just standing there and shooting at us while the counterattack timer just ticks down and down and down and down.
Mm-hmm.
They really just gave us that game, even with the mistakes that the Union made in regards to what Sevy said, overreactions constantly, or like the floor splitting up into 3 different segments at one stage, one going charging down to the northeast, I believe, one to the south, and then one to the west. It was quite absurd.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
And then Elite Taco, your thoughts before we call it off for now?
Well, I'm just a really competitive guy, you know. I understand these are puppies or stuff, but it's a bit frustrating there. You can kind of see. I was with the 7th North Carolina, 2nd North Carolina, whatever regiment wasn't in on that map. And I think initially our plans were good. We held those rocks. We were taking nice shots at when they were coming in. But we saw that Union regiment just come down that road, and you know, like Sevia said, just kind of overreacted. We went to the nipple and held that for 60 seconds before chasing off the Union that flanked in the trees. And by the time we got there to charge them out, they had already taken point, and we just couldn't get it back. Nobody wanted to rally a charge. I was giving my 2 cents to the officers, trying to convince them that, hey, we need to charge, and it just didn't work out. Ended up losing. You know, it's bad, but it's a pub game, so you know it's a lot like that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.